Basketball fans, welcome back. So there's been an update on the whole visa situation and the Senegalese national team. So the Senegalese prime minister, he weighed in on this situation and he had some few things to say. So the government stepped in after the whole visa setback with the Senegalese women's national team. So following the U.S. embassy's refusal to grant 12 visas to the members of the Senegalese women's national team, the Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko came in and intervened. So he announced the cancellation of the training camp that was originally scheduled to take place in the United States. And he came out and said he was informed of the refusal to grant visas to several members of the Senegalese women national basketball team. And I instructed the Minister of Sports to simply and definitely cancel the 10-day training camp that was initially scheduled in the United States of America. This camp will be organized in Dakar in a sovereign environment conducive to the performance of our athletes. So, round of applause for the Senegalese government. They have come to their senses and understood that they don't need to go to the States to prepare for an African tournament. And this is the same thing that I even said, even in the previous video. Does it make sense for you to have the Dakar Arena, a state-of-the-art arena, an arena that not many countries have the privilege of having, and you still want more and you still want to go ahead and prepare in foreign soil in the United States, a place that you're not welcomed? Number one, you're in the list of countries that are partially or fully banned from going to the US, and Donald Trump is cracking down on illegal immigrants. So the visa situation is strenuous, and you're not going to be able to have your own way. And looking at the fact that you already have a state-of-the-art arena, there's no need for the Senegalese team to go. I mean, look at my country. My country is Kenya. We don't even have the best facilities, and that's why our team sucks. Look at Senegal. The Senegalese team, they finished the silver medal in the previous AfroBasket 2 years ago in 2023. They're a team that is legit. You're a team that has the best infrastructure, especially when it comes to arenas. The Dakar Arena was used to host the Basketball Africa League Sahara Conference, something that has happened multiple times. So why is it that they found the need of trying to go an extra mile to go and get visas and go to the United States? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. And it goes to show you that Africa should look for its own ways of fixing their own problems. And why would it even make logical sense for you to go prepare in the US and the tournament that you're going to prepare for will be in Cote d'Ivoire, just a few hours away? Why would you waste time and resources going to another country that you're not welcomed? Because the Senegalese nationals are not that welcomed in the United States. I can even say majority of the African states are in that banned list because of the illegal immigrant crisis that Donald Trump's administration is trying to clamp down on. So that will force us to stay and use our own infrastructure. You don't need infrastructure from elsewhere to come in and to help you because you already have. So the thing is, the Senegalese women's national team tried to use the victim card. They tried to show that they are being treated unfairly. Nobody was buying it, considering the fact that they are a very hot basketball destination in the continent, and it looks like a foul cry, a cry foul, I can even say. And they're trying to make it look like they are being victimized. There's an injustice happening. They should be in the United States, and the opposite happened. Because in majority of the comment sections of the posts that I saw talking about this issue, when I went to Expo Africa, Africa Ball Life, all the posts that I've seen, they were not for them going to the United States. And the posts backfired for the women's national team, for that plea that they were saying, we want to go to the US, they have banned us, we're not getting visas. So the thing is, the plot backfired, and I don't know what objective they wanted to achieve there. It was a 10-day camp. You mean tell me that Senegal and their government could not even allow them to even train here. They had to go and train the United States. The government, the Senegalese government, even the prime minister, came out and said, simulate the simulate the whole training camp here. And that's the whole thing I even said in the previous video. I said, why is it that if it's difficult for the team to travel, why is it that they can't simulate the environment for the AfroBasket in their home country? And if there are people they want to fly in, they should fly them in. It's easier to fly those people. It's easier for people to move other than for the whole team to go there. And majority of the time, you will see that these stupid ideas come from a small sect of people who are managing the national team who want free trips to go. And you're going to look at, and you're going to see that if you even dig deeper, I can't say this in full confidence, a few people just wanted to go to the United States for a trip. This is a trip to some people. And now, because the government is cracking down on, let's say, expenditure, and they don't like this bad look, and also the PR surrounding, this nation clashing this nation. This is something that they don't want. Those diplomatic issues, some countries don't want that drama, and that's the reason as to why Osman Sonko. I mean, props to this guy, Senegalese Prime Minister Osman Sonko. He came out and said categorically he has instructed the Minister of Sports to cancel this thing, and the camp will be now held in Dakar, a sovereign environment that supports performance of our own athletes. So that means every single thing in-house. You don't have to go there. Don't have to go anywhere. So to be able to achieve the same thing you could have achieved at home. And the person who had this idea has a lot of explaining to do, because there was slight embarrassment, especially coming from one country to another, especially in diplomatic relations and ties, and the whole visa situation, and not understanding for a fact that there's a crackdown on illegal immigrants, and the visa process is not as easy for some people as it is, because even from the previous report, we saw a couple of players were able to get in. They only had 4 visas that were approved. About like 90% of the team didn't have visas approved there. So it's a crackdown on illegal immigrants. The Senegalese women's national team thought that the politics that involved the US government was not going to affect them, but now it has affected them. And America is not going to welcome African states with open arms like that because of Trump's administration and the illegal immigrants crisis. So it's a wake-up call for African states to understand that they are on their own. And if the Senegalese women's national team don't think that the Dakar Arena is state of the art, why don't they go to either the BK Arena in Rwanda? Why don't they go to the Sunbet Arena in South Africa? Why don't they go to that arena that is in Egypt, Tunisia, Rabat? Why don't they go there? If they don't think that they can get the best, why can't they just go ahead and train in other arenas within the continent? Because that is also an option. If you think that the Dakar Arena is not good, and by all means is the best arena, actually, it's actually top three arenas to in basketball. Why is it that they want to make it an issue? And looking at and also, if you look at even the geographic placement between Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal, you'll see that there's not too many hours they're not too far apart in terms of hours. So that means they can simulate the training environment that can be similar to what they're going to experience in the actual AfroBasket. So it doesn't make any sense to me. And the Senegal, national team, the women's national team, the leadership for the Basketball Federation for Senegal has been exposed brutally as people who want free trips. Maybe it was even an avenue for them to, go ahead and to go ahead and have a free trip. I don't know, man. It's upsetting to see how inferior Africans look at themselves. Sometimes we have an inferiority complex, especially when it comes to the US and also the UK, because why is it that you feel like you can't succeed here in Africa? You have to go to the US and go to the UK. I'm not saying that those places are not bad, but that means that low-key you're trying to say that your country is so substandard you can't do anything in it. And that's not the case majority of the time. Because if you look at it closely, you will see that Africa has everything. We have everything, all the equipment we need, everything. Even the type of basketball you're going to simulate, even if they went to the US, they'll still come back and play here in Africa. They're not going to play in the US. And one thing that sometimes people might get wrong in this situation, they have not been denied to go participate in a tournament in the US. They wanted to go prepare. It's preparation that has been denied to go in the US so that they can come back and play here in the same continent. So it doesn't make any sense at all. And they backfired completely when they tried to show that they are being victimized by the US embassy. Nah, I mean, they're in their right. The US government the US government have, and the immigration department are in their right to deny entry of people that they don't like. If they don't like Senegalese, if they don't like Africans, it's okay. We can do things here on our own. We don't need them like that. I mean, it's and the whole plot for the Senegalese team to get sympathy backfired completely, and people in the comment section have been roasting them completely, even to the point where I think they are not even accessing the social media right now because the comment sections have been brutal. People are clapping, like even in the post that I got some, I was looking at the post and I was just laughing because of how they were getting roasted. I mean, the language is in French, so maybe I'll just go ahead and translate a few posts. But they were getting roasted in the comment section, and the sympathy card that they tried to obtain did not work. And if you ask me, the Senegalese government, their prime minister, and the prime minister did the best and honorable thing for their country. Africa's time to rise is now, and they don't need to be made inferior by the US government or even the European Union. It's high time we just focus on building our own, and we shouldn't look towards the West for anything. I know they have all the resources, they have all the, quote unquote technology, but I understand why they use Africa. And Africa has been exploited by the colonial masters and also the people in the West. So the mentality of being a sovereign nation should always reign supreme. And if you can be able to achieve the same thing at home, it's best off you just do it at home. You don't have to go to that place so that you can prove that, you can do it. So there's not travel bans placed on Senegal yet. They are not. They're on the list of the countries that are partially banned, and that's the reason as to why they didn't make it. So, I mean, the comment section has been brutal. So it is what it is. So, like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get notified because I'm going to be releasing a ton of content of this nature. I know the Afrobasket is on the way, and I'll also be going ahead and talking about it as well. So, with that one being said, I'm out. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.